Hello y'all, it's Viridian and it is Money Making Monday, so I had to get right off my butt and get a bag. Now, for those watching, this video is likely not going to come out on a Monday, but I'll have you know, right as I'm filming right now, it is a Monday, a Money Making Monday. And if you ain't getting a bag, what are you doing with your life? You're sitting bored on the couch when you could be getting a degree. Shout out to Everest.
It's so funny how they hate on me. Got so much to say when they don't know me. When I'm just trying to secure my paper, I'm on my grind, so fuck a hater. Cause it's Money Making Monday, it's Money Making Monday, it's Money Making Monday, it's Money Making Monday.
Anyway y'all, I have some fun, entertaining videos for y'all today. Look at this, you see that right here? Maybelline, gifted by Maybelline Mama. That's right, I'm back to working with brands again. If you guys remember Dusty Ruster back before I did drag and I was just a makeup artist influencer. Well, we're bringing her to the drag, mama. We're bringing her to the drags. Because you know what, at this point, mama, the gigs are the gigs. Hello, clock it. So, bum diddly bum bum, bum diddly bum bum. Looks like I've been gifted by Maybelline. With a nice little handwritten card. It has my actual name on it, so we will give me privacy at this time. Give me privacy. No paparazzi. Not at this moment, not in this time. Thank you for respecting me. But we got a bunch of cute little moments. So this PR box is to celebrate the launch of 10 new lip liners. These are the lifter liners from Maybelline. For those who know me in real life and know my boy mug outside of drag, you guys know that I religiously use their Zodiac lip crayons. It's like the perfect match to my lips, and so I'm able to kind of overdraw my lips out of drag without them looking crazy and like looking like I'm wearing an actual lip. And I like that for out of drag, you know, just trying to look like a boy. These lip liners, lifter liners by Maybelline, I'm just gonna read a few facts of what they have for this. Maybelline claims that this is a creamy, moisture, easy to glide formula with hyaluronic acid, jojoba oil, and smooth glide. And who better to test if a smooth glide lip liner is actually a smooth glide lip liner than a drag queen with so much stubble and hella overlining their lips. So on this time of drag queen tries, we're gonna try some of these lip liners, see the tea Mary. We wanna know what's up. I'm gonna tell you what's up, and we're gonna see if they live to the claims. To partner with it, they also sent me some of their lip glosses, and these are their plumping lip glosses, which love firstly, and we will be trying it with those too. I know a lot of drag queens don't like glosses, you know, because of the wigs and stuff like that. Personally, I don't mind it. I feel like my ultimate version. I feel like my most femme self with a little bit of lip liner with a juicy lip on. So you guys already know the vibes. You already know what's up. I'm gonna go ahead, shave, take all this off, block the brows, and we're gonna come back. We're gonna come back. I'm not leaving you. I'm not leaving you children behind, mama. Of course, per usual, I'm going into the Danessa Myricks Vision Cream cover. You know, I use pretty much only Danessa for my cream products for my skin, just because I think it's super natural and yummy, delicious even. I don't know how many of you guys were still following me when I was still Dusty Ruster. If so, hi guys, you guys have been on a journey, because that was years ago. But now it's just kind of like, for a while I left that influencer, Instagram, YouTube space, because it just like, it wasn't fun at all. Especially like my time of influencing was very much like Dramageddon, if you remember that, Dramageddon 1 and 2. And it was just not a mentally amazing place to be a content creator at the time. There was always something with somebody at some point, with people, places, things, and it just kind of stripped my joy of it. Around the out time of me stopping influencing is when I started working for MAC and I started switching to professional makeup artistry. And for people who aren't in the makeup world, it's a lot better than it was, but there definitely was a time where makeup artists were very exclusionary towards influencers, you know, because a lot of influencers would call themselves makeup artists and that they were not. And maybe I've just like lived long enough to become the villain, I don't know. But so I remember when I first became a makeup artist and I would tell people I would influence and do things like that, they all were like, oh, okay. And so like there was like a level of not being taken seriously from the other makeup artists for the simple fact that I promoted online, and it kind of bothered me. And looking back, it's kind of crazy because it's like I always knew the future was online, and so I don't know why I let people and their opinions kind of dictate me on that. Like at the end of the day, now every makeup artist has online content too, whether it's like different transformational videos or posting for working for professional brands like NARS or Makeup Revolution or something. You know, the gigs are the gigs nowadays for both makeup artists and influencers, because it kind of is where marketing is going. Marketing is online now, that's just a fact. For the most part, the younger generation isn't really going to the store to get their makeup done. You know, that's kind of, you know, they're putting on a makeup tutorial by some online makeup artist or influencer, and they're learning how to do it themselves. The girls are doing it for themselves. Between that and then I've always been really feminine. I've always been incredibly feminine all my life. When I was a child, I was playing with my sister's Barbies, or I remember she had this giant Ariel where you could do its hair and makeup, and I loved it. And all of my life, that's just kind of been point and center who I am. You know, even throughout the years when family had tried to make me be something I'm not, whether it was like playing baseball or maybe doing track or doing some sort of sport, they should have put me in dance. And, you know, it's like I've always been incredibly feminine. It's always been who I am as a person. Always have loved makeup, always. I used to play with my mother's makeup as a child, you know, so it was no surprise to anybody. However, coming into adulthood was really hard with that feminine personality of mine, because I started second guessing it a little bit, and seeing, you know, when you become an adult and sexuality and stuff like that starts coming to play, and you see the way masculine gay men are treated next to feminine gay men, and there's a clear difference in how they're treated and especially who's desired. And I won't lie, I quit makeup for a little bit and I wasn't really going crazy and ham like I used to, because I wanted to be so embarrassing. I wanted to be desired by the male gaze. You know, there was like a point in time where I was like, I need a man to want me, I want a man to love me. So nasty, you know, and I had to spend a while unlearning that, you know, and so I just quit makeup as a whole for a little bit. You know, I would still do it here and there in between to go to the club, because that's what I feel the most comfortable in. I feel the most comfortable at the club in a full set of glam. So I would say this really started in like 2020 during the pandemic, because all roads lead to the pandemic. You know, I was still doing YouTube, and I was still doing YouTube a lot. But at that time, I only had a straight friend group. I only hung out with straight people, and I'm still good friends with some of them today, but I couldn't help but to just feel tokenized the entire time. Like, they would introduce me, oh, this is my gay friend, and you know, it was always like, yes, work queen, slay, but they weren't actually interested in getting to know my community and my culture, you know? So they weren't going to the drag shows with me or going and being a part of my world. They just wanted to say that they had somebody attached to that world. And so shortly, I kind of stopped being their friends for a little bit, and I'm glad I did, because then into 2022, this woman became like an anti-vaxxer, like conspiracy, alt-right, like person, crazy, insane. I'm glad I jumped ship before it got actually like wild, but I remember checking in on her, because you know, sometimes when you leave people, you go and you kind of just stalk them a little bit afterwards, because you're kind of like, this person was such a huge part of my life. I wonder what they're up to now. And then you see what they're up to and you're like, this is crazy. Maya, these girls are crazy. You know, like when you start hanging around people that aren't like you and don't really celebrate your difference, but rather tokenize it, you kind of start feeling a little odd about it. And so after that, I slowly stopped wearing makeup less and less and less until it became more of like a rare occasional thing rather than like, I used to get glam daily. I used to be that person that would wake up early to be in like a full set of lashes that tickled my eyebrow. I like veered far right into the masculine and I grew this huge mustache. Wanted to present masculine, you know, so it's like you'd wear the wife beater or you wear the hat and like the button down and in ways that you would present yourself traditionally masculine. I grew up with a family that like went to rodeos and things like that and loved cowboys, so it's like buying the cowboy boots, you know, buying the Wrangler jeans, things like that to make you feel. And it came to a point where I couldn't ignore that putting on the very masculine clothes felt more like a costume than getting into drag or getting into this heavy makeup and wearing a corset to the club, you know? That felt more true to me, and that was something I was excited and looking forward to do. Than putting on the more masculine clothes, it felt like a chore almost, you know? It felt like a costume. It never truly felt like me. Anybody who knows me when I was like 17, 18, I was egotistical. I wasn't even confident. I'm confident people would tell you that I was probably the cockiest person they knew. Like if you asked me what was my life gonna be, I would tell you I was gonna be a celebrity. Not even that, I was gonna be a superstar and everyone was gonna know who I am, And you know, you become an adult. I started losing a lot of that steam. I started losing a lot of that confidence and stopped believing in myself much because the people around me never believed in me. And I hate to say that I let other people get to me that much, but I truly did. And because I feel like all my life, it's just been me trying to convince people that I'm worth it. That's my entire life has been trying to convince people that who I am as a person is worth it, what I do is important, and that I am somebody of value. Dealing with that for 2 decades kind of starts taking a toll on you, especially now once you start incorporating the fact that I'm an adult and I have bills to pay and there are so many other stressors now, you know, and so I started letting it bother me a lot. When I was an influencer and I was like on every PR list, that's like really such a huge accomplishment, and I never saw it as such at the time because I was still struggling to pay my bills and this, that, the third, and then I couldn't get my own family to say they believe in me. I hate to say that took like a toll on you, because when the people who know you the most, who have like grown up with you, who have known you all your life, can't even say that they're proud of you, you know? Well, you're kind of just like, what am I doing? Like, is this the right path? And then there's another part of you that's just anger. And, you know, anger is always the first hidden feeling for something else, you know, whether it's sadness, anger is the mask for a deeper, more complex emotion, you know? And so I left that world for a while because I just felt defeated and I didn't feel confident anymore because all of my life, just like all of my adulthood, was just me getting beat the fuck up left and right from like terrible relationships, being barely able to pay my bills. Like the pandemic, I was out of work for like half a year, you know, as a makeup artist. And I ended up leaving makeup as a field altogether because it was just like, you know, in 2021 we had the new normal. We didn't know if it was going to come back. We didn't know what was going to happen to us, you know, and it just came to a point where I was so broke that I just chose to just to pick stability. And so I started working for Tesla. And slowly just left that all together. And coming to Denver and after traumatic stuff, like my house burning down and stuff like that, it really put into a line, it really aligned to me that there was a lot that needed to change in how I lived my life and how I viewed myself. I remember I once had somebody tell me that they were a glass half full person and I was a glass half empty person. And that, I remember it just truly stuck with me. And I thought about that driving to Colorado. I thought about that the whole ride there, and I decided moving to Denver moving to Colorado, I too was going to be a glass half full person. And so I decided at the end of the day, I'm the sole person in charge of my mood. I'm the sole person in charge of whether or not I have a good day. And from every day forward, I'm gonna choose to have a good day. And with that mentality, and I came out here and I started meeting new people and new drag sisters and new friends, and I built a support system that I didn't really have in Savannah. I was able to start kind of working through a lot of those emotional turmoils that I had for years in Savannah that I never got to work through because Savannah just always felt like life or death, you know? I never felt like I was comfortable. I always felt like something was around the corner coming to get me. Something was around the corner I had to work through or with, you know? And so fast forward, I've been here for almost 2 years now. And I had this the other day after I filmed a YouTube video. I remember I texted a friend and I said, for the first time, oh my God, why am I getting emotional? I was like, for the first time, I feel like who I was before all the bullshit in Savannah. Like this is like the first time in years I felt like myself, and I felt confident, and I feel like I can do whatever I set my mind to. And as much as I led people on to believe that's how I felt, I didn't truly believe that way, you know? And so I'm at a point now in my life where it's just like, who cares if people support me or not? Who cares? Because at the end of the day, I love what I'm doing. I love this. I am so confident in myself in being able to achieve what I want to achieve if I want to achieve it. And so I was like, you know what? Yes, I'm starting from the bottom again, and that's okay. I did it once. I can prove myself again. You know, I didn't expect myself to get this like vulnerable today on the channel. But no, so it's just kind of like, now that I'm kind of it's going back and there's like a return to self almost. I'm feeling more like me every day, and I love that I get to do this again, and that Maybelline is sending me products again that I get to work alongside and get to try new things out, because that's kind of, I loved in the past getting to try new products and seeing what worked, what didn't, expand my horizon. Like I thought about it not too long ago, like maybe a few months ago. My mother messaged me and she's like, hey, your cousin Nee is about to go to, I think it was like prom or something, like what would be a good makeup product? And I couldn't tell her because I was like so out of the loop and so out of touch with where makeup was at now. And it just, I was kind of like, oh, whoa, that's kind of crazy. Because there was like a point where it's like, if you were to ask me a question about a product, I knew the answer. I'm gonna use this Danessa Myricks Color Fix. This is in the shade Wasabi. It is a super, super bright neon green. Anybody who is new here, the main thing you need to know about me is I love using liquid eye products. It really speeds up that makeup process. I'm gonna start with my eyeliner shape first. So I'm gonna take this here and we're just gonna start tapping this into how we want it. I'm taking this almost straight up to the brow. Like I want this elevated, I want this high. Boom. Literally, that's what I'm looking for here. And then we're gonna go start adding our crease here. We're gonna connect like that. You see that? Super fast, super easy. Look at that, we already have a good chunk of our eye done simply by just using a liquid like this. That's how fast this is. And then, because it is a liquid, I'm also now going to softly rub the edges to diffuse it. So, when we put eyeshadow on top of it later, it's not crazy. See, a good way to tell good liner is when you look down like this, and it looks like you're forming a natural wing. And then of course when you lift up, there's a lot of space. And I'm not worried about tapping the sides of this here because obviously it's gonna get built up. Going into this Anastasia Beverly Hills Norvina collection, I wanna say this is palette 3. Yeah, this is palette number 3. I like to use the greens in this palette, so we're gonna go into D3 here. and A4. We're gonna mix the two, and we're just gonna go ahead and use this brush here to go ahead and set the product that we just put on. You guys might also be wondering what's going on over here in this nice little setup. I wanted to have that set up today because we've hit a very important time of the year, and that time is, it is finally pumpkin spice season. Yes, it is finally pumpkin spice season. If you know me, or if you don't know me, all you do need to know about me is I love pumpkin spice. I think it is delicious, and we finally hit Christian Girl Autumn. It's Christian Girl Fall now. It's finally that time of the year where we get to have the PSLs. As a bona fide diva, the girls can't tell me anything, because I know a lot of girls like to be like, girl, really, the PSL? Yes, the PSL. That shit's bomb. That shit's good. And I won't let anybody tell me otherwise. Y'all just wish y'all could get into the moment. Y'all wish y'all could get into the gigs. Like, y'all really wish that you could be the pumpkin diva that I am. Y'all wish y'all could love the pumpkins the way I love the pumpkins. I love a pumpkin pie. I love a pumpkin seed. I love a pumpkin spice. But to celebrate the return of our most glorious drink, I had to display her. Taking this little pencil brush, we're going straight into black. Now I'm using the Sultry palette. This is the shade Noir. Looking down so I know exactly where I want to have my crease at. And just slowly adding that product there. Boom, see that? Now we're going to sit here and we're going to slowly whisk this up, like so. So I'm gonna mix our white foundation and this About Face. This is in the shade Vertigo Flowers. We're gonna mix the two to make like a nice green pastel shade. So when we cut this, it's still super green and super beautiful. God, I keep looking at myself in the monitor. Oh, I'm such the diva. And a lot of girls try to be a diva, or they try to be the diva, but they can't ever really amount to it. But me, it's so effortless. Now that we got this little green concoction made, we're gonna go ahead and now take the second to cut. And you guys know normally I will go and I'll take it all the way up. Today I'm feeling very the fantasy of not doing that. Just having it be very like so instead of my usual cut crease. We're gonna start applying this onto the lid. See that? Very demure, very mindful. We got our crease cut, so you already know I'm about to go into Danessa Myricks and re-add our eyeliner and make it even blacker, even bolder, even stronger, even better. I never feel like my eyeshadow is black enough until I get my Danessa Myricks on it. Like, look how immediately, how dark that gets. This is also just the fastest time to go ahead and start cleaning up your eyeliner, making it sharp and pointed like that. Boom. See that? Look how much compared. So I'll do a little look at you straight. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. So the last step for my eyes is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add glitter, and I'm gonna do two different shades here, both Anastasia. One's a Christmas, one is a Halloween one. This is Mistletoe and Salem. And to apply it, I'm using this Anastasia glitter adhesive. I'm just gonna go ahead and tap that in. All cutesy, all demure. Ugh, so divalicious. Look at that. See that? Look how beautiful that is. See that? Blend it out. Boom. Very cutesy, very demure. I'm pretty much done. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna put my lash on first, add the rest of my skin makeup, and we're gonna get started with those Maybelline lips. So all that's left is lips, which obviously means it's time for Maybelline. I'm feeling extra the girl today. Like, this is, baby, clock it. You can't. This is diva. This is Diva, and a lot of girls don't know about Diva now. I do. Now it's time to go into our lifted liners. And obviously, because I have this deep green look, I want to go for something a little more pinky. So I'm looking here, we have browns, we have reds. We're gonna go into pink tones. I'm looking at all these. I'm trying to think of which one I want to work with. So I grabbed Fine Line and Peaking. For the gloss, I'm probably gonna layer these two lifter liner glosses here. These are Petal and Ice. And Ice is really fitting considering, you know, Colorado Drag Royale. That's a good sign, mama. I'll take it. Having a drag queen try out a lip liner is actually so smart because anybody who does drag knows we put lip liners through it. I have a beard on underneath this. I have stubble. I'm drawing this lip halfway up my nose. Like, it's kinda... This is Peaking here. We're gonna go ahead. Ooh. Look, it came off already. Oh, this is creamy. Okay, so this is like a nice, really, really dark purple. See that? I'll do a little bit more. Try to get it out the way. See that? So that's a darker pink. And now Fine Line is just a slightly lighter shade of pink. And for me in my drag today, I want to go into Fine Line. Here is how I line my lips as a drag queen. I'm gonna go like this. And I'm gonna do a little frown, so I'm gonna draw like a little half circle. So watch this. Okay, so these are super creamy. This is spreading on like butter. For reference, I use MAC lip liners. I usually use Soar, maybe Night Moth if I'm working with reds. So I have a very high expectation of lip liners because you know MAC is really creme of the crop. But look how easy that came on. Like you didn't see me really do anything. It glided on. I like that. I'm gonna tap it. Look, spread it. Look at that. And there's a little bit of transfer, but not a whole lot, which as a drag queen, that's very important for me. Because clearly we're hella overdrawing these lips. It's very opaque too. A lot of times when I'll use lip liners, it'll hit with stubble and it'll start kind of skipping a little bit. I'm not having that issue so far with this lip liner. In fact, I'm a little taken aback. I'm finding myself having to refix myself because I'm applying a lot of product, not realizing how smooth it is. Oh, I'm so sorry. Let me shift this way. I didn't realize this was not in the camera. So I'm gonna first start with Petal here. That's the one. It is a nice, oh, wait, let's get this up close. I didn't even see it at first. Let's see if my camera picks it up. There is a nice, gorgeous gold. So there's like little gold specks of glitter in this. I didn't even see that at first. That's cute, I like that. So this is a lifter, so I'm gonna see if it stings a lot, and we're just gonna go ahead and apply it. Ooh, okay, coverage. Courage. Cute, okay. Cute, okay, wait. Okay. Feeling extra diva. I'm gonna take a little bit of this ice shade here and just put it on top. This is almost completely nude, and just so I don't ruin the brush here, I'm gonna take it on the edge of my finger and tap it on. I'm gonna let this gloss sit for a second. I'm gonna get in full drag, that's including the wigs and the outfit, and I'm gonna give you my final thoughts after letting it sit for a second. This right here is the finished look, trying out some of the Maybelline lift liners and lip glosses. As you guys can see, I was able to put on my wig, put on the drag, and I'm not having any issues with this lip gloss here. I'm looking exquisite, as one could say. I look very beautiful, I look very demure, I look very mindful. A lot of these girls are missing that mindfulness, but me, Viridian. I have that diva. So this is my little green look, trying out the new Maybelline products. I actually really liked it. It did glide on super easily. As you guys saw, I had to course correct because I was kind of surprised at how well it glided on. MAC skips a little bit, and I love MAC. I just have a lot of stubble, so I liked it. It didn't, you know, when I rubbed it on my hand, it wasn't moving around. When I moved it on my lips, it wasn't moving around. It's a really just solid product. I liked it. It's something I'm gonna be adding into my like day-to-day drag makeup for sure. I liked it. I thought it was super divalicious. And the thing is, Maybelline is one of those drag brands that I feel like is consistent. You know, they're low cost. Like I used to use their little puffy concealer a lot before I like got into makeup artistry, and I was like in high school and I had to be off of a budget. I showed you I still use their lip crayons. Like Maybelline, their loose Fit Me powder, like Maybelline is kind of for the girls a bit. Like especially if you're on a budget, Maybelline is kind of for the girls. Like they're like they just know what's tea, they know what's good, they got, you know, and especially if your product that is really affordable drugstore, as they would say, can work for a drag queen, that's how you know you got a good product going on. Because a lot of times, you know, you use some of that like drugstore makeup as a drag queen and you're like, ooh, mama, this is freaky. I'm scared. This is crazy. And indeed, it was. But Maybelline, look at this. Like, Maybelline knew it was tea. My lips look so kissable. Like, I know you want to. I know you want to kiss them. I love it though. I see myself using more of it. Truthfully, do I see myself using gloss often in drag? Probably not often. You know, if I was performing, I'd definitely take this gloss off, you know, because the wig would get stuck in it. This is a Synthetica, and you know how Syntheticas get. They slip, slide, move around, and I'm not trying to have all that today. I'm not trying to do all that today, so it's just kind of But I like it. I think this is really cute. I see myself using this. Anyway, if you made it all the way to the end, I want to thank you for coming on out. It means so much that you guys keep tuning in every week and getting to see me get this beautiful. I enjoy getting this beautiful for you guys. I really do. I mean, like, oh, I love it. If you're new here, and you haven't yet subscribed, I'm gonna go ahead and ask that you do so. Go ahead, come on, do it. Join the family. I'm giving you guys this twice a week. This twice a week, mama. I'm giving you this twice a week, mama. Come on. Join the family, mama. If you're here and you made it all the way to the end, go ahead and leave a little green heart emoji. Come on. Leave a little green heart emoji. That lets me know you guys stayed and made it to the very end. And with that, I'm gonna bid you guys adieu. Mwah.